Yeah, I that's what came to me before the session, the same thing. Taurus constellation. I see this one scene. I actually see like you came out of the body, of the physical body. First you were in, and you're kind of like guiding me into this particular, let's say like it's because it's happening now, into this particular scene. I see a large spacecraft. It's round, metallic, light metal, silver. Very big one. I see a room in the left. I see a reptilian standing by the recline chair. And I see like a little girl in that recline chair. And they're ready to do something because I see behind there's some saying. It's coming out of the wall. It looks like a drilling thing. It's supposed to literally like drill through into the skull or something like this. I think they're removing the implant that I see in the head and they're putting a new one, something like this. There's one already. And this girl is you. I see one gray standing there and is like on a lab coat. He's like recording something. It's like a glass iPad that they usually use. He's tapping with his fingers real quickly on the screen. And then I see, I want to say I see you also. Here's the funny part. I mean, not the funny part, but the interesting part. I see you in a different, running through the doors open. Once you walk in, it's like this, like the elevator glass. And you run into your white, I want to say Pleiadian looking type being. You come up to the girl, you run to the girl. They're all like shocked for a second. It's almost like I think you freeze them. You do something to them because I see the blue light puts like a wall around this reclining chair this girl is on, and you grab her and take her in your arms. Basically what's happening is you got from one timeline to another, and you yourself incarnated in that, you say, yellow giant star, omnicron. You say omnicron like this. It's like a Taurus constellation. I see Orion, I see Pleiades over there. And you're saving yourself. And you're putting your own self back into the body. It's like I see you getting back, running out of the spaceship, jumping literally out of the opening of the ship into your ship. Looks very interesting. It's like, imagine a cylindrical structure, but it's like caught in the middle. It's composed of two parts, and each part goes like out. So it's not quite a cylinder. I don't even know how to identify. It more looks like a rhombical kind of rhombus. But yeah, was the sides that are really shiny, connected with the ring, and you're like by yourself there. You're a man for sure, with the belt, suit. It's hard to determine the suit color. I mean, it's kind of like bluish to me, but it's like sparkles with white. And then you go through the straight to earth, France, 1914, the year, and you dump this girl into the body of the sleeping physical body of this girl. And the girl wakes up screaming, and I see the mother comes, and she starts saying like, I had a terrible dream. They wanted to do, and mother's on again. You're telling me again? And she doesn't believe you. She just really does not, like, it seems like they're doing it a lot with you, and you keep telling her, but she wouldn't believe. And I feel like at some point, you're 7 here. At some point, just stop even telling her. And they've been taking you since you were 2. They study, I understand what they study. I see a lot of different kind of like right under the skin. You know what they do? It's like little boy, the shapes is really hard to explain. I mean, it curves and it looks like a triangle, but a curved one. So the sides of the triangle are like this. And I see like they took you another time and they put like on your arm a few, like 3 of the 4 of those, and then they start, there's some fluid in it, transparent like water, but I know it's something different, and it goes into the body, into the capillaries, like right under the skin, um, epithelium, and it just spreads throughout the body, and they look how it goes, what it does to all the systems, how the organs react, what the nervous system does. It seems like that's the point. How you can um, stimulate some of the production of hormones and shut down the endocrine system when it's needed. Shut down the cardiovascular system when it's needed. Something like this. And fluid gets like different colors, all different. I see like green, like bright, like fluorescent also, and purple, fluorescent purple. They would do. So let's go back. I'm curious to see. Let's go to this Pleiades. And what is it? Giant yellow star has to do. Oh, that spacecraft was nearby that star, the Taurus constellation. And you go through, you zoom by through. It's like a portal, I see. But the portal is composed of different, as if there was a beautifully made spider web of energies connected. It opens into a portal and you zoom through it. And I see number M1. It's like you know how they identify nebulas? I think your subconscious is like saying that that's not how we call them in reality, but that's how you would understand. That's what I'm saying. And we are also called Pleiades M45, which is just like around, it's like a giant stargate to other humanoid forms with the same kind of features, and they exist in other universes also. But and I feel like you don't really come from this universe. You just came to Pleiades because you resonated with them due to your according to your DNA. But it's something about the escadron or escadrille. I can't escadron like a squad, like a team. You're one of the team members. There are 5 of you who came literally just teleported into Pleiades through it's like a jump through the walls of this universe. These are not really walls. I'm just saying to kind of they blend in, but there's also a buffer zone between universes where you can create something or you can sit and observe. And I'm trying to understand your name. Starts with an S for sure. Stavri, like Stavro. I hear both actually, Stavri or Stavro. I don't know why it is, but that's what I see. It's either ends with a U or I. The other members are males too. I don't see a single female. But I also see a city. The city looks like it's composed of the islands and the bridge is over at island connected with the bridge. Bridge looks like a rainbow. And there's it's like an industrial center, but most of the planet is just green, green, green. Everything's like tall trees, grass, kind of covered with beautiful, like bright pink, the brightest pink I've ever seen flowers. Um, just really beautiful. They keep like the industrial part to the minimum. It's just there is a tower. It kind of looks like a television tower because it goes like this and then the round circle, like the beads on a stick. That's how the whole thing looks. And the beads that go smaller and smaller towards the end and they're larger. And like when you walk in the middle, there's an elevator. You can see it is transparent. The elevator is not like ours, just the floor that moves. And then you exit at different floors. And you definitely have families, but it's just that those who came to help out with some technological advances from other universe, like that team of yours, because basically, as I understand, the whole universe needed help at the same kind of point. So it's like a particular all the timelines of all the galaxies, planets, stars run at the same time, and at some point it's like a signalization, like they all realized at the same time we need help, something's happening here. Because the laws of the universe, somebody started doing something against, and energetically you feel that, and all feel that. And also spacecraft started disappearing. Uh, any alien forms, which are basically human forms, just kind of different features, started disappearing. And also Earth started calling for help, and it's like a network. I see this kind of complex ball with different dots, like nodes, and those dots are galaxies, and they're all connected energetically. And if one needs help, then the other ones get together, put together teams of people, can call, and then send them over. And that's what you did, because you basically send yourself, you split yourself into halves. So one half stayed at the Pleiades, and another half started incarnating a nurse.
Mm.
So that girl,
Mm.
is you. And
Mm.
and there are like 27 lives altogether. This is 27th that you've been going through, and um what was happening is you were trying to contribute to the knowledge and understanding through you being incarnated as a child in different families. And in a way, it was you were researching, you were also doing research. Okay, let's try this. How much programming does this family has if they are indoctrinated this way or that way, or if they have this programming or that programming, uh, and you were giving this information to some other people on your team, then they would analyze it and process it. It's like processing data and information type thing also. But you knew because you weren't scared of doing it, simply because the other part of you is safe. Nobody took it. Nobody's holding it. It's just you. You are in control of that other part of you on Earth. But the problem is, it got taken over by some. I just see like a large energy. It's like a yellow with orange vortex. When I looked inside, I see like bats flying out.
Mm.
Let's see further. It's just weird, just like the king of bats or something. Because I see just like a dark figure in the mask on the eyes, and he he is that part of the atmosphere that was taken over by the dark forces. So basically, what I got out of it straight away, that the atmosphere is conscious. It's the energies put together thanks to the souls. And then one part was pushed out and taken over. Those souls were taken over by the dark force. And he is saying that I'm like Zeus. I'm in charge of this part of the atmosphere that is being controlled by technology. Let's see how he got attached to you. Because it's like this vortex of energy goes into your energy sphere. And I see exactly like it goes at the bottom, on the side at the bottom. Yeah, I see her as a boy, different life. This girl's life though, it was pretty nice after the childhood. Childhood was not. She felt misunderstood. But then they had children, and she raised her children the way she wanted, and she was telling them about the stars and the universe and all this. How they reptilians used to take you. It's kind of interesting because literally it's like that king of bats that I heard almost like pushed out the reptilians who used to abduct you in that life.
Mm.
And also because reptilians got a bit scared because you yourself kept saving yourself from abduction, from being abducted, and almost put like a shield of protection
Mm. Mm.
around. And I hear the word abandoned, like they abandoned you. But then this one took over, And I just see like a family that you incarnated in. And this are like nice parents and you pick them yourself. But there's just aunt does like dark black magic,
Hmm.
things like that. And the aunt took over the minds, got um somebody's behind this aunt. It's like little what do you call those? Like a devil like little creatures with fur over, kind of look like wolves, but was they're really little.
Huh.
The children of they actually they're from that level where this other guy goes in. So they took over their parents, and that's when the darkness started because they kind of they were steering you in, and that happened because they were both working. I see Poland all the time, and they were both working, and they would send you to aunt so she could watch you, and the aunt would like get you involved into magic and all this kind of rituals. And one of the rituals was something was the book, because I see a book on a little round table on a one long leg, and she's just doing she's putting around some cards, like regular cards, and telling you something about this book of magic that has spells and you can have power.
Hmm.
And so it's like you hold your hands and you call on some creature, and that creature happens to be that. And she says, "Do you want to see real bats?" And she opens the window and they fly in.
Hmm.
And you get really scared. When you get scared, this kind of king of bats gets attached to you.
Hmm. Mhm.
And so basically that's it. And what he does, I see like bracelets, basically like ropes, like a rope tied on your wrists, on your ankles. So, because he doesn't want you to move too much. Yeah, this is the way for him to stop you from doing some things. And also, it's I see like there's a light around you, around your head, but it's sitting like on the chest and around your head like a round circle. Almost looks like a metallized type thingy. But it's to create sadness,
Hmm.
unfortunate circumstances,
Hmm. Is,
and accidents,
oh,
mistakes, feel like guilty about mistakes, or somebody would. This is all kind of like he likes that energy of
yeah.
not.
Misfortune. Is that now or that's some time ago?
Well, this is all like in the contract because there's a long paper, because you already got got him. You kind of like froze the whole thing, and he's stuck in this.
Hmm.
That vortex stopped, and I see him like stuck in the position I'm moving.
Hmm.
Because you read information off of me, and that's what we usually do in sessions. We can just freeze.
Hmm.
And you ask for the contract, and actually there is a contract. The creature that brought the contract, another thing hard to explain, kind of looks like a goblin type, with green skin,
Hmm.
hair on the back, and on the back of the head. big ears, stuff like that. He brought that. It's like as he started unfolding it, I just started feeling what he caused for you. But a lot of accidents, incidents, mistakes, or that being blamed for
Mm.
or not believed. They would not believe you, not listen to you. Basically, like that mother would not believe you and not listen to you.
Mhm. Mm.
Yeah, and it goes from life to life. From that moment where he took over those reptilians, which is 12 lives back from these 27s. And for those, all these 12 lives, it was kind of like this.
Wow.
I
Should I?
see you in Brazil. I see you in Argentina. There's kind of like I see like three lives, one after another in South America. And that's where you unfortunate. You felt like things just happened to you, and why? Always asking why. Accident incidents, no matter how much how hard you try, kind of like would always bounce you back to square one type thing. That's what feel from those lives. Because he would also put you in a family which would be very traditional, and there's nothing traditional about you, so there would be suffering from there, and you would need to pretend to believe in some things that they would teach you from early age. But I feel like you would totally understand that it's all fake, not real. um so you're just taking out this energy circle that it goes around your head and to your chest. That's all like, um I can say that it just does something to the energy in those two sections, that sometimes you cannot feel through yourself to the deepest your own self, to your intuition, because gets blocked
Mm-hmm.
by that rotating energy. It almost looks like a liquid fluid metallized circle with like a bubble around you there. And those handcuffs and ankle cuffs, those just like for tugging you backwards. So you walk forward and you would try to stop you or
Mm-hmm.
stir you away from something. But you're about to reach almost there, close. Uh, it's just like he's connected with the egregor of white and black magic, of the underworld, kind of one of those creatures. But he says like, I'm the lord of the darkness, and all these things. Kind of people created me because they believed in me. I hear it, it's like echoing. I can't really repeat, but his tone is like so to scare you.
Mm-hmm.
um
So what's to be done about that? And
you're just taking off your handcuffs, your ankle cuffs. There is some, it's like suction cup in your stomach right in the middle, and you're taking it off. Through that thing, he was connected to you,
mm,
and it kind of like goes through goes through your energy sphere, makes a hole. To that hole he connects this kind of energy that he's existing in.
mm,
It's almost like he took your energy, created a space for himself to live in, that constant rotating, uh hurricane of energy, tornado kind of like, and he's just existing there comfortably, sends his bats to different locations to get attached to people, to
mm,
support his, that he's the Lord and in charge and connected to so many people, controls them all through his helpers. Um, so you just disconnect from him. But before you disconnect, you also froze that goblin. You tore apart that like it's a long contract. It's like an old, kind of like the King's Times, it rolls out.
Roll.
You destroyed it. So you tore it into pieces, and I see like you're making fire. You made fire and burnt it up to ashes. Threw it in the portal, opened like a bright red metallic portal, threw it out, and threw out those ropes around your ankles and wrists out. And that bubble of energy, you destroyed it. You just took your hands and like, like this, like created a bubble of energy between your hands, like this, and it just dissipated, disappeared. But it was depleting you of energy, depleting you of thoughts, that coming from your mind and mind connected to your soul, so you wouldn't get many that your soul wanted to communicate to you. Um, and also, there's just like a system there also. And I'm like walking and I walk through behind you, and there are literally like rocks. There are like 12 rocks in your energy sphere standing, and there are like invisible energy, like shelves of energy or whatever that is, to dissect, to separate your energy body. Um, and you're just like you're raising your vibration, and they get burnt up those, and then you made like an effort and pushed all those 12 rocks out. What are those rocks? There's like condensed energy which collects, there's like a containers to collect your energy on different levels of your energy body. And also you take out one of the programs in the mental body and emotional related to it is like energies of losing somebody you're very close to in those other lives. And just like this question, what did I do wrong this time? That's what comes to me when I look at your energetic bodies. Uh, but that's totally like the programs he try to influence you to think those thoughts. And sometimes he would create a specific thought and would send it to you. It's almost like a hologram. I see this. He sends it like this from the palm of his hand as one dot. Dot unfolds into hologram and becomes like a reality. It's either when you're asleep, or if you're awake, you don't see it with physical eyes, but you get some strange ideas or thoughts in your head that might be from that. Um, so you just open a big portal and you push the goblin, the keeper of the contracts, and that lord of the bats out. Kind of looks ridiculous when I laugh. Um, you push them all out, you close the portal.
And what about the
And
suction?
what about what?
The suction cup in the middle?
Yeah, you burnt it up
Oh.
when it's kind of like you burnt up together with those shelves, energy shelves in you. And you push the rocks out. So kind of like you took like a swiping whatever device, and yeah, you also like you decided to cleanse the whole energetic kind of in your energy sphere.
Hmm.
I see you like you're like doing this with your hands, and you create like swirls of energy. It looks like swirls of energy, and they're sparkling energetic kind of like, and then they have this pastel colors to them blended in, and they're like cleansing energy, and you send it all around yourself, around your physical body, in the room and everywhere that your energy kind of spreads out since you raise your vibration so high. And well, I'm asking if you want to change or check on something else, like change any timelines.
I'd like to, yeah, talk about my family situation.
Yeah, well, what I got right away is rejection, and that was in the contract you destroyed.
Hmm. What's coming up now for for my family members?
It depends which family member do you wanna. You don't
Um,
you don't have to say a name, just name me, because like I see a group of people, but I need to focus on one at a time.
well, yeah, I'd like to know what about my mother and what she would like, what's going on with her.
Oh, I see her on some metallic chair, like armchair, straight away. And what came to me, I got like this coldness from her, and like strict, cold, um, likes to be in control type kind of energy. Let me see. There's some figure come behind. Looks like a big lizard. Actually, it's a crocodile. Crocodile slash lizard hybrid. 48% of the lizard, and the rest is a crocodile creature. And so he's got this being, got his hands over her mouth, over her eyes. It just manipulates her body, moves her body the way he wants her to move, says things to her he wants her to say. And that chair is like a huge implant that is keeping her stuck inside. And she's not moving in any direction. She wants to get out at the etheric level. You come into her. You're giving her this plate with a big apple. You tell her to eat that apple. She's saying, like, strictly, what am I, Snow White? It's almost like she's very, she doesn't trust. She's really like, she doesn't trust anybody. She only trusts herself. Manipulation, domination, there is a lot of things like that coming up.
Hmm.
She's just weird. She kind of like throws it out. I see the big octopus coming behind that crocodile. Like he's his boss. She's just refusing. She's rejecting. She says, I need help. They need help. Her body is all gray. There's a lot of like low vibrational negative emotions in it. And I mean, this octopus is getting, he's instructing this crocodile to basically control her. Gives him instructions what to do to get more energy out. It's like just simply for energy. But there's something in her spinal cord. It's like a central nervous system control of that. There's like a big, like a cable cord in it. And she's refused. We can't really. Uh, we can't really save her. It seems like she's comfortable. She doesn't want to do it by herself. She can't really do anything about it unless she consciously decides that she does want to. Yeah, she's just not moving. You left her the information, and if she decides to take it, she'll take it and use it. But there's nothing we can do. We can't like forcefully save anybody.
Oh,
You can look at somebody else.
well, they're all pretty much in the same situation. Do I just?
Oh, this octopus is because he's like hanging over the group of people when you said my family members, and
So do I just let?
they're like, you're like against a big huge like at the fort, there's a big fence made out of bricks. I see you standing behind, and you just, they wouldn't listen, they wouldn't hear. They are just, it's like opposing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I totally feel. It's like coldness and opposition, denial, all of this.
Yeah, I mean, I feel it's been a battle against, for me, against the medical system.
Mm, yeah, because that's what you kind of, your own self came here to do, to get the information about the system so you can break the system. But it's not your job to break and disassemble the system, but it's your job to get the information out. So basically all your experiences, understandings, conclusions, they went straight to your own self, your other 50% of you, in that body of that Pleiadian looking being, and he's actually waving.
Is there anything I could do to help my family members?
It's very interesting. I mean, you change your DNA. It's 84 strands of like blue color, and you share the same characteristics as he does, except you're just in female body, but he is more like male. What you can do, there's really nothing you can do. That's partially, it's hard to say that's their decision because they were taken over and they
Mm-hmm.
were deceived and lied to, and they trick us. They trick us so much, and it's like as above, so below. Everybody lies here in this matrix. It's like a pyramid of lies,
Mm-hmm.
and we're standing against that pyramid of control and lies and deception and all the wrong information. Everything is twisted. Um, and but they bought it, simply because they were naive. Some souls don't just are born. Stars and or planets give birth to souls, and when they just they're like children, they
Mm,
trust. So, and that's their experience also. On the other hand, they'll go through this and they'll never do it again. They'll
mm,
never trust anybody but themselves. And you and me have been through all of this also. And now we know not to trust, or if we do, we question, and things like that. Uh, so on a massive scale, everybody's kind of safe in a way. On
mhm,
a little scale of this matrix family situations and all, um, this is what's happening. It's like if a split happens, it happens at the macro level and micro levels. It's everywhere, you know. We're split in the families, split in the timelines, in between black and white, good and bad, even though it's all the same. They're just a matter of perspective and choice. If you choose to change your perspective tomorrow, you'll become on the other timeline, which we call positive. And so there's really nothing you can do,
and that's
only to understand that
mm,
you've been put into this family by this Lord of the Bats. I want to call him Lord of the Flies all the time. But yeah, I mean, um, it was done to you, so you suffer, so you question, so you're not happy, so you're not in harmony. But instead, you have to understand that they're all implanted, they're all controlled.
mm,
So, your job is doing your job. This is kind of like you came here with this mission, so you're doing it
mm,
in a perfect manner at the right time, and that's all you can do. Because all souls are really autonomous and independent. We're not like in clusters or anything. We can form a group to create something, but then we dissipate and go away, and do something independently. So it's like that, and there's no many feelings attached to this. There's because there's only one basically feeling type that we just like respect each other. That's all it is, and we respect and because we know we kind of came from the same energy. We just added different experiences to that energy, and that thus create a different DNA and characteristics of that DNA based on experiences. But we came from the same mother in a way. You know what I mean? So there's no other feelings but respect, and from respect comes love, and that's all. Um, so just respect that they're going through their experience, and at the right time they might wake up. They always have that opportunity, but they might learn it hard way, and sometimes that's what happens.
mhm. So that goes for my brother. That's in control of two of my family members.
He's got a cobra over his head. He's like some sort of, he looks like an Egyptian king of some sort.
Hmm.
I see like he's holding a sword on a throne with a snake
Hmm.
on his sword. And around his waist there is like a cobra, and it goes all the way in his back and over his head, and she goes to the right, to the left, whispering to his ears what to do, how to do it.
Mhm.
Mm. He's got screens. He's got multiple screens in front of him. If you talk to him, he doesn't hear. He sees his own movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
He's like hypnotized by her, and mm, you send the like very powerful waves of information to everybody, and everybody in your family.
Mm-hmm.
So it does. It's around them. You know, they can take it anytime they want. It just takes one breath in, and the information is in you. But it's up to them to make this breath or not, to
Mm-hmm.
inhale it or not.
Okay, I'd like to ask about my husband. He's been suffering terribly um, with back pain, and he had
He's got
major.
some. He's got some mantis. He's like in some hospital and they're etheric. He's got some mantis with his huge eyes on the sides, and he's like constantly tapping on his head.
Can he be? What can we do to help him?
You're just holding like a mirror in front of him and showing him, hey, look who is behind you. It's part of the like umbrella corporation research. He's like part of research or something, so something connected to them to that, because that's what popped up in my head, and I saw their symbology there. And yeah, you help him. You tell him, you kind of touch him on the where heart is. Said, I'm gonna warm you up with my energy, and look who's behind you. It's just really crazy. He's standing there, and he's got this cords attached to his head, and he's tapping like on the cords, around the cords, and it's almost like he activates each one, and the screen lights up with different numbers, and he writes them down on his iPad, his glass. I see him sitting up, and he's like ripping. You're helping him to take those cords out. He's not really understanding what he's doing. He's not of the consciousness level you are, but I feel like he's so fed up with it that he's ready to try anything.
Mm-hmm.
And he took them all off. There's lots of them. I get like the number 16 of those on top of his head. And yeah, this you just freeze him, make him small, and you call on his assistant. It's like a big mantis, bright green. This one was yellowish. Comes to the computer, gets the file out, and you say like delete it. You're not part of that system anymore. It says like a free volunteer.
Yeah.
He volunteered. He volunteered by taking some substance. It looks like a pill or something. That pill was attached to that experiment, to that research done by Umbrella Corporation.
Huh.
And that was done to study some enhancement of super soldiers, something like this, or hybrids or something. Because these pills are actually the test material to test on humans first before they use them on their army or those groups. He got disconnected, deleted the files, got to some metallic safe, It's standing right on the big table by the wall, and you opened it and got the papers out. There's like a stack of papers. There's about 20 of them, sheets, and it's got like his signature. It's energy signature. It's like he touched it with his finger. It was done.
Mm.
Um, you destroy those two. I see they're burning. You just like created a metallic box and burned it in it, straight out in the portal. And you take him by hand and like take him out of there. And there's just I see them still frozen. I kind of pushed the whole thing was attached to him into the portal, which is kind of like separated, detached.
Is that everything that he has? Does he have anything else?
No, no, not no. That's the only thing because he was constantly. Um, I feel like his energy body was literally strapped into this bed under this huge blue lights, constantly doing some research on him.
Okay. All right. So he's free now.
Hmm.
And he did it himself? He freed himself?
Yeah, yeah. You gave him a little bit of energy, which sometimes you have to do.
Okay. But it was his free will.
Hmm. Yeah, because he doesn't want to be strapped in all the
Yeah.
time.
Okay. So is that finished?
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
he's standing next to you. I see both of you in separate energy spheres. You're here, he's here.
Um, okay. Could I ask you about my two doggies? And yeah, if there's anything that you could pick up going on with them.
Yeah, I see like fluffy energy, kind of fluffy, little jumpy, light color energy.
Mm-hmm.
They're like night and day.
They are.
They're different but yet the same, but that they cannot exist, without each other. Even though I see them kind of fight or something, kind of like laughingly do it like a game almost.
Yeah, they love each other. Yeah.
I I don't see like anything around them.
Oh,
I
dear.
see like their auras, and that's all. I see it's light, bright light, very light color. It's like light beige type. But yeah, I don't see anybody there.
Good, good. Um, could I go on to my son and ask about him?
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah. What do you see there that if there's any hope?
blood black, big dot. That made big hole in his energy sphere right at the his chest is where the heart is,
Mm,
towards there. It's like a space worm. That's what I got. You came to him, you tell him that, gave him information through your glance, like through your eyes. And he's pulling it out. It's a long. It's like a worm, but it's black.
mm,
It's got some like little eyes and the over eyes, some things. I can't understand what it is. It doesn't matter. Yeah, he was he was a mechanic of some sort. Doom's creating something, some work. He said was playing around with energies, created the worm,
mm,
and
mm.
something about programming of energies. And that was like he said like a computer virus in a way. In the technology I created, they got into me through the wrong energy that I took, that I created and combined. Took it out, threw it out. I didn't see any contract or anything. It was, he says like it was work related, but it's a different planet work related.
Mm.
Yeah, and this worm kind of brought him here,
Mm.
like propelled him here. That's what I feel from him, what he's telling me.
Mm.
He got it all out, but it was sucking him from inside. It was like
Mm.
hitting his organs one at a time, things like that. You know, some reactions stimulating.
So is there what's the healing process? Does it take time or it's
It's,
instant?
well, whatever we're doing in the etheric is instant because we don't have the physical body. We
Mm-hmm.
create by thought, you know, it's done quickly, results are quickly, but then it kind of goes down and has to it takes time to manifest in the physical.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes people say right after the session their pains disappeared. So it depends.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on your speed also. Every energy has its own speed, you know, like I'm very fast even in sessions. I see quickly and sometimes I don't even have time to just go talk through it. And other people are slow and you wait for them to, you know, it depends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, good. He's yeah, not open to to spirituality. So
He's not, he's in his world. Yeah, but he took it out.
good.
He's I think what's gonna happen now is his subconscious part, which is pretty high in consciousness, and it's gonna start knocking to his conscious part. Hey, wake up, you know, think about this and that.
Okay.
And sometimes they really knock. They knock you off your feet. Sometimes for you to have time to think about things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah, I want to take back saying he's not open to it because I don't want to, create that reality or cement it. So, um,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, he's done. Do you want to look at somebody else?
Um, my sister, yeah, he's,
She came and she has some cocoon around her. I see her. You know, like that comparison, um, like a circle around her, like a pumpkin outfit, little babies. I mean, just the head sticking out with
uh-huh.
arms and legs, kind of. Yeah, the energy is like a beehive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's got the dots coming in and out of her. That's just the energy created in her. And she goes like, it's my energy. I like it. It protects me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want your advice. I know
Yeah.
what to do. Oh boy. That's another one, stubborn one.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I feel she's very firm in her thinking.
Yeah.
She doesn't want your, she's not even letting me get close or anything. Because
Yeah.
she kind of like pushed both of us out. It's like, stay, you know, keep your distance. That's my business here.
That's right. That's exactly her.
How she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Sorry, she's not taking the information. I mean, you left it there,
Hmm.
but
And there's one more brother that's in the same situation as my mother and sister.
he's on the. He said he's on the cloud nine right away. I see like his head in some sort of cloud, kind of light gray color, and he's like, he says, "I'm a dreamer. Leave me alone."
You have it.
Yeah,
Um,
I have
I
quite
just
a group
remembered.
here. Yeah.
I just remembered there's another brother, but I left him out of it. But let's go for him as well.
He's like he came as a little boy playing with insects. Like right away, I see him like sitting in dirt. Little boy, 5 year old, playing with ants, bugs, things like that. Oh, there's a big black kind of like ant behind him. He says, "You're gonna be my warrior. I'm gonna create an army. You're gonna be my boy. Do you wanna be in the army?"
Hmm.
And I see him like he's stuck in this childhood.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. I didn't know anything about the bugs, but yeah, he's completely.
I mean, that just shows that that was the moment in one of their lives when this bug got to him through his interest in bugs.
Mhm.
Whenever we have a strong interest in something, there's like a window of opportunity for those who exist in the etheric to get attached to us. They usually converse with us, oh, you're interested in me, I'm like them, and do you
Mm.
want to have fun with me? Because kids are so easy to talk to, and they're curious, and that's why they usually attach to you in the childhood. But yeah, he said, "That's my friend," to you. You
Mhm.
said, "Well, there's a book here. Do you want to read it?" He said, "Well, yeah, I'm almost done building houses for ants. Yeah, I'll read it later." Well, he'll read it later. I mean, I'm sorry, but this whole group here is like, is really something. Uh, typical picture, though, in almost in every family. Yeah.
And can you, yeah, I'm curious to see if you can make a connection. Of course, you can with my father who passed.
He's flying on some dragon. Typical dragon like in the movies. And he goes, "Yahoo! I'm free." He made a world for himself. He's in charge of the dragons. He said, "I'm making them. See, I'm creating them out of my energy, and I'm flying. I always wanted to fly." He got away. He's free.
Yeah. Could I ask you, when I was little, I used to think about it was really hard to go to sleep. I would have to go and I look in my closet like a few times, make sure there wasn't a monster in there under my bed.
Because they were abducting you and taking you. They've been taking you.
Mm. Wow. I have no recollection of anything like that.
No, you wouldn't know because it was your energy body. It fades like a dream quickly. And they also erase the memory just in case. So
Hmm. Okay. And I also used to have a lot of dreams about flying, but not high, just very low, like close to the ground. And
because levitation, because you remember it from other lives, first of all, and second of all, they would take you off the bed and you would see yourself getting out of your body and levitating over your body. It's like a visual memory. It's like a flashback, you know,
Mhm.
that you remember.
Hmm. Okay. There was a lot more going on than I realized. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. If you don't have any more questions.
Yeah, we covered
Good.
everything. So, thank you.
Sure, let me turn off the recording. Uh,